Listen, my intro, it just gives me life. It makes me feel so good. That gold, for some reason, I've been drawn to gold and yellow, and I normally don't even wear yellow or gold or any of that, but lately it's just been like drawing to me. As we talked about in the green room, I love green, but lately it's been something about this gold and that it's just like a magnet to me, and
Yeah.
it gives me life, you know what I'm saying? So when I see that, it makes me really like, it's like, oh, it feels so good. The energy, the sun, you know what I'm saying? It just brings out something exciting. So welcome to the dumping ground. Oh, I forgot to tell you. We make our own sound effects on this platform. We do what we gotta do. We make sure, we appreciate each and every person who rocks with us, who joins us, who always connect with us, who like, subscribe, follow, all of those amazing things that we say on these YouTube streets. We're also on podcasts. We'll be there tomorrow. So if you're listening, you're following us, and you're doing your workout and you're doing your life and you following us on podcast outlets, check us out. You'll be able to hear this beautiful guest that we have on today. I'm super excited how God connects people. You don't know who's watching, you don't know who's listening, and you don't know what's going on until strategic moves are made, and it's like, okay, let's make this happen. So that's what happened here with this special guest. I mean, she's a mother, she's an entrepreneur, she's a woman of faith, and one day we were just in prayer and her name came up, and I just, in my heart and mind, I was like, well, I have a platform. Let's make this happen. And so we got an opportunity to connect. It was funny because I reached out to her. She probably thought it was spam or somebody playing a joke. And I'm like, no, it's serious. It's real. And I had the opportunity to meet this beautiful woman of God, this pretty beautiful lady in green, my favorite color, Arnesha, and she is here on the dumping ground to share her story, to share her journey, to drop some gems, celebrate her wins, and we appreciate you rocking with us tonight.
I'm doing that the whole time.
Yes, sir. Listen. That's my thing. You should know. My elevator doesn't go all the way up to 10. It stops about middle way. But that's okay, right? Because we have a good time and we do what we do. So I want to appreciate you for joining us out of your busy schedule, coming to talk about your business, your brand. I had to put your business out on LinkedIn because your presence is long in the LinkedIn streets. I was like, hold up. Let me put her as I advertise on all these social media platforms. Let me make sure, because she is a businesswoman and she has these HR representative, all these different things. She needs to be in the business world where these businesses and people who need her can see her. So, Arnesha, again, thank you so much for joining us. So just tell us a little bit about yourself and let's jump right into it.
Well, so my name is Arnesha. I am the founder and principal consultant for Provision Partners, which I officially launched in May of 2024. I am a mommy to two boys and a wife to the best husband ever in life. And so, yes, like I am out here. I'm just out here trying to be obedient. I'm out here trying to navigate this thing called life with full obedience and faith and trust. So yeah, like I'm just a regular person, just normal, just out here trying to make things happen, make things shake, and keep God at the forefront of all of it. So don't veer too far off the script, like just out here making things shake.
First of all, you're not a regular person, so let's just put that on. The forefront, okay? I appreciate the humbleness, but you're not a regular schmegular. You have gifts and talents that you're out here helping businesses and you're helping people around you. I know the last time we talked, you were saying God dropped a new idea in your mind and your for your business. So a regular schmegler don't have those type of encounters. You know what I'm saying? So you're
Yes,
not, so I again just I'm honored to have you to talk about your brand. So listen, I have a
mhm,
question for you. A
yes,
win. Let's talk about a win. Let's share a win that you had that we can. I kind of just basically told one of your wins. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
I'm gonna let you elaborate a little bit about one of
Mhm.
your wins so we can celebrate you.
Well, you know what? I think that a win that I would really like, genuinely like to celebrate is getting in full alignment with my business. So, my business was not my idea. God asked me to do it. So, this wasn't something that Arnisha's been dreaming about for years and I always wanted to do. If you had asked me this last year, I'd be like, no, I'm good. I'm making my impact in corporate, right? Like that's what I'm gonna be doing. And so it did not work out that way. God had different plans for me. And so full transparency, it was because it wasn't my idea and it was a God idea. It was hard to get in alignment with it and understand what it was all about and what my role was and all of that stuff. And so I want to celebrate the fact that God repeated the assignment for me. Shout out to Shelly. I
Yeah.
was listening to her podcast, and
Hmm.
she was like, "Sometimes you just have to ask God to repeat the assignment,"
Hmm.
and that's exactly what I did. And so when I did that, He delivered in a major way. Actually, he gave me the assignment and downloaded a bunch of other things to go along with it. So that's the win that I want to celebrate is
Yeah.
getting in alignment with what God has called me to do and understanding the why and all that good stuff. That's the win that I want to celebrate because I don't want to make it appear as though this just was me and I'm just out here just trying to make things happen on my own. Like I am literally walking by faith every single day with every single task, with every single everything. And so, yes, so that's what I'm out here doing. So that's the win I want to celebrate is getting in alignment with what he's called me to do.
And to be honest, I think that should be a win that we all should take. And I'm going to take that one for me as well, because the number one thing is when we get in alignment with what God has for us, then He'll give us the grace to keep running. Right, the
Right,
assignment that He gave us. Right, He'll give you the grace to finish, and He'll give you overflow so it can spill over into other ones, right? Because we always say
right,
we can't pour from an empty cup, right? So
right,
if you stand in step with him, he's able to give you everything manna for that day to take care of what you're supposed to take care in an assignment. So it's funny how you said he gave you the assignment and it wasn't something that you woke up and said,
not at
today
all.
today I want to start a business.
Exactly. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I even had to, you know how you have to circle back? You got to circle the block. Is
Yes.
that what I heard? Like, are you sure? And it was one of those, honestly, it was one of those instances where you pray for one thing and your prayer is answered, but not in the way in which you thought it was going to be answered. I
Yeah.
was praying for a new environment, new opportunities, promotion, da 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 da, all the things. And he said, yeah, but I'm going to wrap it in a different package for you. And so here I am.
So this sounds so familiar, and it resonates so well because I've been praying those same prayers.
Look, watch what you pray for.
Right? So now I'm like, oh man, okay. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I was like, oh, this sounds really familiar. And so talking about your business,
Mhm.
provision partners, what basically you say you started in 2024, so it's a year old, right?
Right.
And so basically just give us a little bit of what your company does, what it
Okay.
offers.
So, so it is fairly simple. God did that for me too lately. Simplified it. But what I do is I offer HR support and operational support to ministry leaders and small businesses. That's what I do. The difference in what I do, though, in my approach is I do everything kingdom minded, right? So I'm making sure that my practices, my behavior, my delivery, all of those things are rooted in kingdom principles. And so, but you're definitely getting the same thing that you would get with any other, HR consultant, except I got a little spin on mine, right? Like mine, mine is a little touched. It is quite anointed and favored. So that's what I'm believing for. But yes, so yes, I my biggest thing is making sure that ministry leaders understand that they do not have to do it all by themselves. A lot of ministry leaders, especially when they're planting new churches or they are newly assigned to a ministry, they don't have all of the pieces that they need in order to run their church like fluidly from an operational perspective. On the ministry side, they can preach and they can lead, but on the operation side, it's usually one person that's wearing multiple hats, or it's usually the leadership, one member of leadership that's carrying the entire load themselves, and that's just not practical and that's not efficient for a ministry leader to be able to do that and still serve in the capacity of a pastor um, on on the regular day, like any other day of the week. It's a lot. And so what I do is like I come in, I have conversation, I get to know them, I understand their pain points, and then we discuss what those practical approaches would be to make sure that they are taken care of. I see myself as um, just like their partner in crime, like really their eyes and ears, looking out for them, making sure that within their operations that they have everything that they need. Not necessarily that we have to do a complete overhaul, but maybe we just need to put the right people in the right seats, right? Or maybe we need to do a thing where we're focused on delegating your calendar and doing all of those things. So that's what we're focused on. So yeah, it is a great experience. I enjoy doing it. I've learned a lot from ministry leaders about what they're up against and what they're dealing with. And it is no different than a supervisor or a manager or a CEO in a corporate setting. It's the same thing, except the environment is different, right? So it's literally applying the same approaches, but we're looking for kingdom alignment.
I like that so much because I know with churches we tend to do the ministry piece very very well, right? We
Mhm.
got that part thumbs up, right? It's the operational piece that always get doesn't get the full attention, and
Right.
that's where the problems begin. So
Mhm.
having you partner up with them, actually it's a good thing. I think sound like something like with people who like have a solopreneur versus they listen one person, they got all these hats, and sometimes they need to outsource some of those tasks because they're unable to manage it all, and which is totally fine to do. To find that right person that can help
Yes.
understand your vision, understand your goal, that can help run with it. You know what I'm saying? Habakkuk 2, write the vision, make it plain. You know what I'm saying? Like all that type of stuff, So I think that's so cool. So did you start off in corporate America with HR? Like how did you
Yes.
get okay.
So I started off in HR back in, oh, it's been a minute. But yes, I've been in corporate HR for a while, up until the summer of last year actually. When I decided to just kind of I he made it to where I had to be obedient. And so I had to step out and leave my corporate position and step fully into this new assignment. And so So yes, I have been exposed to different spaces and industries within human resources because while HR, the foundation part of HR is the same, the industries are not. So, I have exposure with working in healthcare and manufacturing. Those are my sweet spots. But I've done warehouse and receiving and property management and all the things. But, at the end of the day, I've always been drawn to the industries that serve people.
Yeah.
And so I feel like this is why I've been called to support ministry leaders and faith-based organizations because um, they're the ones that I feel are like the unsung heroes, or the ones that people don't really think about or assume that they have it all together or they got everything that they need
Yeah.
when they need strategy and structure and all of the pieces that make a ministry successful the same way a corporate entity would, right? So yeah, it's all parallel. It's all the same thing.
I think we have you have to have both sides, right? You have to have both sides of the coin in order for it to be successful. And that's like you said, it has to be parallel to just like any other industry because it's involving people, right? And when you're
Mhm.
involving people, you need to have um, um, some HR, some type of things in place to kind of protect the brand, to make sure we're in compliance, like all of
Mhm.
this different things. So it makes sense, that it needs to be ministry, corporate, all the different places, right? Because people is involved to me. Every time I think about HR, I think about people because it's human resources, because it's involving
Correct.
people.
And
You
let
know what I'm
me
saying?
shout out all
Yeah.
of the HR professionals everywhere because you don't need us until you need us. And so it's like we really need you guys to bring us in the loop a little earlier so that we can help you prevent those. We are preventative, right? We're proactive.
Yes.
We want to come in and get things in order and stop those bad things, those conversations, those encounters, those experiences from happening before they get there. But the only way that you we can do that for you is if you're willing to partner. So everyone
Yes.
under the sound of my voice, partner with your human resources. If you have on site access, do that because they are there to help you, not hurt.
And two, so you said a key word, proactive. I Most of the time I notice HR doesn't get involved until it's reactive, and they have
Mhm.
to go and play cleanup. Like you said, having a proactive approach can prevent a lot of damage done, right?
Mhm.
And
Right.
and that's the partnership and the network piece that, like, I work in corporate America, so they're always practice saying that. But I think when we get into other industries, we don't think that way because it's like this is another different. I don't think when I go to my church, I don't think about it, human resources, but I know that they're there, right? But I'm not thinking about to that magnitude. I'm always thinking about it in a corporate mindset, or
Mhm.
anyways, different things like that. So I have a question for you. So you took a stepping out of your comfort zone moment, because you were in corporate America, and or in different industries. Now you're doing your own business. How would you encourage someone who's in that fork of the road, that basically God probably said, "Hey, I want you to do X, Y, and Z," right? But they're comfortable and their faith probably muscle hasn't built up to take that assignment. You know what I'm saying? Take that assignment on.
Mhm.
And you actually took the faith walk. How would you encourage someone who's at that fork of the road?
What I would tell the person is to just do it. I will be the first person to let you know that it is not going to be easy, especially if you're entering into a space that's unfamiliar, like what I did. Like I entered into a space that I'd never occupied before. But one thing that I can say is that God has really shown up in a major way. And the thing is, he shows up at the pace in which you need at that time. Because I can remember early on, it was, I got to get clients, I got to do this, I got to make money, I got to do all of that. And God literally slowed me down, and He provided what I needed. And in the wait, He's like, hey, this is what we're focused on. And bit by bit, He drops the nugget. So my advice to those that are at the fork in the road and they're trying to determine what it is, my advice would be to go into prayer and just sit in your stillness and sit in your quiet and really ask God, okay, God, this is what I heard you say to do. So what steps do you need me to take? And a lot of the times what he does is he's already kind of prepped you for it. He's already given you the nudge or whispered in your ear or had you do things, and um, you may have missed the message or you may have missed the evidence, but he will make you recall it every single time. He did it with me. He prepared me for my exit 1 year prior to my exit. And I knew something was up, but I'm like, what? But yes, do it. It'll be worth it. And find you someone who is going to support the vision God gave you, right? They're going to support you, because one thing that has been beneficial to me is I told the right person about the vision. And since then, she has been a huge support. She has been my destiny helper. She's been my midwife. She's made sure that I have not said or done anything to abort the vision that God has given me. And I'm grateful for her because she's made sure that she stands in the gap, that she's asking me the hard questions, and she's getting me together and making sure that I'm not losing focus. So when you get to the fork, find the person. Find your person that you know and trust, and that is rooted in the same values that you have, and tell them what you're trying to do, and have them walk beside you and sit in your meditation and talk to God and say, "Hey, so this is what I'm hearing you say. If this is what you want me to do, let me know what the next step is." And if He says go, then you need to go, because the longer you delay it, the harder you're going to make it on yourself. And you never want to be the person that God has to take a vision from to give it to somebody else because you didn't do something with it. So yes, just be obedient. Make sure that you are connected to the right people, and literally press forward even when it's hard, because it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. It is going to be hard. Like, you will be in the wilderness. There will be suffering, but God has already conditioned you in His own way for those things, or He's bringing you to that so that you can be conditioned to handle the suffering, handle all of the weird feelings and all the stuff that comes up that begins to manifest when you're entering into the unknown. I have learned so much about myself from this particular journey, this season. I've learned so much about myself, and it has been beneficial, so beneficial. So yes, please press forward, please lean into God, and please find your person that you can lean on with that vision and you can trust with that vision.
That you have said some gems. Meditate, sit with God, right? Because
Hmm.
he's the manufacturer of the vision, right?
Right.
So it always reminds me of Dr. Miles Monroe when he says, review the manual. So if you know that, just like a product, right, that's been created, and you don't know how it's operate or how it operate, or it start to malfunction, 9 out of 10, you're gonna go read the manual, right? So
Right.
because the manual is gonna give you the instructions on how the product is operating, right? So
Right.
that's the meditation, sitting with God, getting the downloads, right, to figure out, okay, what am I supposed to be doing with this assignment? And for me, when I know it's a God assignment, when it's so big that it scares me, like He has dropped something so big on me that I literally just said, God, I don't know. Like I was telling you, like, are you serious? Like, I don't even know I don't even know where to begin. Like, it's like every time I try to start it, I get excited. I'm like, yay. Then I'm like, wait, I don't, this is so unknown to me. And that's when
Hmm.
my sister was like, well, that's a God, because he's real. If you able to do it, there's not, you don't need God, right? You just gonna make it happen. But when it's so big that it scares you, right? That means you're gonna have to rely on God to help you get through the process and help you get things and figured out and stuff. So I mean, you said that, and then you said your destiny helpers. Um, I know I was taught that you can't tell everybody everything. Can't tell everybody everything. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Me too. Yep.
But keep everything to yourself, right? In which
Yep.
you have to be selective, right? But I think, like you said, got to bring the right person alongside you that will help you as a mentor or someone who a life coach or somebody that can help you carry this thing, right? Because we're not meant to do this life thing by ourselves. And once we realize that we were not created to be an island, right? We need community, we need the body, right? I can't be an arm without connected to the body. My arm just would be dead. It needs
Right.
the flow of my other parts of my body to function. So I you said that you destiny helpers, you need to meditate with God. Just be obedient. Just do it. I mean, you dropped some dimes. You dropped some nuggets that I that I need to
And let
take.
me add one more thing because it's on me to say. Somebody, I think I remember hearing this on a podcast, but it was like normally if you're trying to discern if you are hearing from God, normally if it's something that you know you wouldn't do yourself, 9 times out of 10 that's God asking you to do it. It's God asking you to do it because He will ask you to do things that you would be like, I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? What you want to do? Oh, like, or you be like, if your first response is, I would never do that, then yeah,
Mhm.
God's probably asking you to do that.
It's just like when when you're sitting in church, right? And God tells you to sow a seed. I rebuke you, devil. First of all, the devil is not going to tell you to sow no
So
seed,
a
right?
seed.
Let's just let's,
Right,
let's just be 100%. He wants you to keep all the seeds and stuff them and be selfish, right? But our
right,
first line is, "I rebuke you, devil." What? No, it's not rebuking you. You know, you're gonna take this faith walk or not. You know what I'm saying? So it always reminds me of that. And I think for me, I know it's I just, like you said, just sitting with him and really like, okay, God, I need you to recall that thing to me again. I need you to because I think sometimes we'll put our own stuff into it, and he's like, I didn't die. Nah, 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 nah.
ooh, yes, yes.
I can
You
tell
think
you
you're
do
trying to,
that.
you think you're helping, and you just delaying it, or you are putting
Yeah.
putting something on it that God's like, you really didn't need to do that. That was
I,
nice of you, but you really didn't need to do
I
that.
didn't tell you to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm in that part of I didn't tell you to do that piece, but Keisha, like, that sounds like more of you than me. You know what I'm saying? So now
Hmm.
I have to pull back the layers and really say, okay, God, I need you to recall that thing to me, recall the assignment to me again, so I can make sure. And when he's talking to me, write it down, because sometimes we think we're so smart. Oh, I can remember. Oh, I got this. We don't have it, because once soon as we walk out of his presence, something be going on, and we've been slipped our mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that is so true. That is so true. Like I recently have learned how important it is to journal
Yeah,
and to just literally write your prayers, write your dreams out,
yeah,
write everything. Because the one thing that if nothing else, it's going to serve as a timestamp
yeah.
of what you have, the things that you've thought about, the things that God has downloaded in you. And you can always refer back. Or if you all forgot, you can always go back. Like, so yes, journaling is definitely the move.
Yeah, yeah. So listen, like I said, I'm excited to see in the next 9 months how things roll out for you for your business and your clients, your customers. Like, tell people where they can find you, your social media handlers, like if they need to do a consultation with you, what's your process, all that good stuff.
Okay, so if there's anybody that wants to connect with me, hey y'all, come on, come see me, come talk to me. I'm ready to help you out. But you can, of course, find me on LinkedIn at Arnesha Kirksey, of course, or you can look up Provision Partners as well. I do have a business page. I am Provision dash Partners on Instagram, and I am Provision Partners on Facebook. And so if you guys want to reach out and schedule a consult, head on over to my website, which is provision-partners.org, and hit the contact us link and fill out the quick form, and it'll send me a message, and I'll get you on my calendar. And so the initial consultation is free, where we'll get a chance to dialogue and collaborate and find out what your needs are. It's really about me listening to you. So definitely come prepared and let me know what's going on, what's working, what's not working. And then we'll proceed with finding what the best solution is for, for what you have going on, whether it's with you as a member of leadership, or if it's with your team, or if it's with your employees or your volunteers within your ministry. I'll definitely be able to come in and support. So yeah, feel free to come and have a little talk with me so we can figure out what's going on. I just want people to know that this is a genuine desire to serve, and this is a genuine desire to help, because I don't believe that people should struggle, or especially in the workplace, when they don't have to. And I think that's why I've gravitated so well to human resources, and why they ended up being my sweet spot, because I'm not going to sit there and watch you struggle. Let me see what I can do. What's in my toolbox that I can pull out that can help you have a better work experience, have a better day at work, have a better performance, all those things, right? So yeah, definitely here to support any way that I can. And so I look forward to meeting all these new people and having all these new great experiences.
Well, listen, we're excited for you and we appreciate you joining us tonight, talking about your business, your brand, how you got into this, and how you out here helping the kingdom along with other people's beside you. And
Yes.
like I said, we look forward to continue following your journey. I dropped
Mhm.
also your handlers, social media handlers in the chat too, so people can follow you as well. On all of your socials and connect with you. And I'm so glad I get to connect with you. I can't wait till
New
we can't wait till we
friend.
meet in person. Yes, yes, yes. And again, I appreciate you joining us tonight. We'll get back together about 9 months or a year, just to kind of see where you at and how's everything flowing in this nice adventure that God has you in, this nice journey He has you in. And I'm super excited to be on the journey with you.
I love it. So I just want to, take a moment and just say thank you, because the opportunity to be on this platform has been just great, because I've watched your content and I see what you're doing, and you're empowering women, and you're honoring God and all of the things that you're doing. So kudos to you. Kudos to you. Thank you for thinking enough of me to have me as a guest. It was a great experience. I will be definitely happy to come back. Now that I got
Yes.
my feet wet, let's come back and talk about all these
Yes.
things. Let's talk about everything. So, but yes, but thank you. I appreciate you for thinking of me.
We appreciate you so much. We could do this without people like you. Like you said, the platform was a radio show,
Mhm.
and I wasn't comfortable with the camera. I wasn't comfortable with any of this. I felt like I had all my icks. Everybody talk about the icks and all this stuff, and it's just I had to just uncover and unmask and be who God called me to be, and be obedient 100%, because half obedient is disobedient. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I had to just, because he never said a radio show. Um, I did that because I had to hide. I had to hide, right?
Hmm.
And even though I thought was a loophole, it still wasn't what what he wanted me to do. So I'm finally, we've been around this mountain for 5 years. So we've been YouTube for 2 years. So yeah, I just enjoy talking to people. I enjoy connecting. This is my ministry, to help, like, you serve people. And he gave us people. He said, how you gonna love me, you never see me, and you can't love my people? So this is just a way for me to just be the light, bring some laughter, and get to hear other people's stories and their journey. So that's what our platform is.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Arnesha. We
You're
appreciate you from
welcome.
the bottom of our heart. And we cannot wait to see what God does for you for the remaining of this 2025. We know He got you doing some big things, and we want to celebrate your win. So we will be peeping in on your journey like this.
Yeah.
On your social medias and all your different things. So we'll be checking you out and supporting you all the way. And again, we're so excited to be able to have this moment with you.
Thank you so much. It was an absolute pleasure.
Yes. And I can't wait till my hair grow back like this, because then we're gonna be 20.
I know, right? Yes.
We're gonna
Girly
be
Girl
20.
Club.
Yes, girly girl club. I love it so much. Well, I will see you next time. And again, thank you so much for joining the Dumping Ground platform. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.